Yes, students. So I think you all understood why the pandas is used into the Python. So now we understand the Python pandas definition. So the definitions of Python pandas is pandas is an open source library. What this is actually open source library. Open source means it is available free of cost, and you can also see its source code. Its source code is also available for all. So this is the meaning of open source. So pandas is an open source library of Python providing high performance data manipulation and analysis tool using its powerful data structure. So with the help of pandas, we can easily manipulate our data and we can easily analyze our data. How we can analysis and manipulate our data? So pandas provides rich set of functions to process various type of data. So it provides various type of functions. So it have the many functions. With these functions you can easily process on your data. So during data analysis, it is very important to make it confirm that you are using correct data types. Otherwise, you may face some unexpected errors. So with this, when you process the data, so what happened? Many unexpected errors will be occur. But how it will comes? Whenever you use the wrong data types. So it's very important which type of data types are supported by the Python pandas. So some of the pandas supporting data types are as follow. So these are the data types. In Python pandas, which data type use? Python, simple Python, which is used, and NumPy is used. For example, if you are using the text data, so it will use the data type object in pandas, string into Python, and NumPy will be used string Unicode data type. If you want to store the integer number, so it will use the Python pandas will be used integer 64 data, and Python will use only integer data type, and the NumPy data will be integer 8, 16, 32 bit, 64 bit, and Unicode formation Unicode integer 8, 16, 32 and 64 if you are using the integer type of number. If you are using float point of numbers, so its data type should be float in pandas, its data type float in Python, and its data type float 16, 32, 64 in NumPy. As it is true false value if you want to execute, so its data type will be used by the pandas boolean, boolean, boolean to all. And date time format, date time it will use, there is not available, and difference between the date time and with the time delta. So these all are the data types are supporting by the Python pandas. Now next is pandas series. What is the pandas series? How we will implement it and what is the definitions of series? So now look at. Series is the primary building block of pandas. So with the series, we actually make the primary part. Clear? Of pandas means we are able to provide only primary data. Series is a labeled one-dimensional array which can hold any type of data. So this is actually one-dimensional array One dimensional array means it can hold the data row wise. Clear? And the data can hold any type of data, means any type you can store data, means it means integer, string, date, float, means any type of data you can store into the one dimensional array. So the data of series is always mutable. It means it can be changed. If you want to change the data of series, so you can easily do this. So it is actually mutable, means data of series is always mutable. You can able to change. But the size of data of series is immutable, means you can never change its size. You can change its data, but you can never change its size. It can be seen as a data structure with two arrays, one functioning as the index and the other one contain the actual data. So into the series, the data are use the data structure. So there is also indexing, means which data store in which place. So for that purpose our indexing system are there. And second is simple data. In series, row label are also called the index. So row label is called index. So now let's take some data which can be considered as a series. So these all are the example of data series, means how you can create a series into Python. So there is a num variable. There we store all the numeric data, means 23, 54, 34. These all are numeric data, and you can see always list are create with square bracket. This is the square bracket, this is the square bracket, and this is also close with open bracket, and this is close. So open square and close square. So this is the square bracket you have to use for creating the list. Oh, sorry, series. So this is a way of list, but it is called the series. Okay, so this is a way of list. So a list with homogeneous data, there are same type of data contained into this list. So that's why it is called the homogeneous data. Next example, this is a record of employee. Employee list there I am creating. So this is the name, that is enclosed into the single quotes, but this is a list, so it should be start with the square bracket. So A.V. Raman, its age is 35, its department is finance, and its salary is 45,670. So this is the employee record, and this record is called heterogeneous. Why it is called heterogeneous? Because it contains integer and string data. There is also text data, and this is a string data and numeric data also. So that's why this list record is called heterogeneous data. Next variable is marks. So this marks store are dictionaries. This is a dictionary. Clear? And dictionary is always start with the curly braces. So there is a curly bracket, and this curly bracket is shown the dictionary. Clear? So in this dictionary we create the name first. This is the string data that is enclosed into double quotes, and this is called the key, and this is a value. So Alan Jones, this is a key, it is work as an index. Clear? And its value is 450. There is a name, next name, and this is a key and this is its value. This is also key and its value. So this is a dictionary. Next is called tuples. So how you can create the tuples? So tuples are created with a parenthesis. This parenthesis you can see there. This is a bracket, simple bracket are using I am. So this is called the tuples. So tuples with homogeneous data means all values are numeric, and second tuples, this is the example of second tuples, there is a called heterogeneous because there is what, string and also numeric. So this is a way of creating series into the pandas. So I think you all understood what is the series. This is the definitions of series and its feature, what can do with the series, and it's have the two arrays, index and data, and there are the example how you can create the series in Python pandas.